guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another review. This review is for Family Reunion Love and Hip Hop Edition Season 3 Episode 2. So if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Let's just get right into what went down in this episode because so much happened. So at the very beginning of this episode, Amara ends up having a conversation with Mariah Lynn to try to make sure that her and Karlie don't get into it again because they have a lot of events planned for this little vacation that they're doing. And I don't really feel like Amara should have had a conversation with Mariah about the situation. I feel like she should have had a one-on-one conversation with Karlie because Mariah Lynn just walked into the event in the previous episode and Karlie immediately started on her because she was so upset about Mariah calling her messy a few years ago. It's like Karlie is very messy. Everybody thinks that she's messy and that's her reputation. And she also got really mad at Mariah because Mariah said that the reason why she thinks Karlie is messy is because of things she saw her do on the show, and Karlie feels like she shouldn't be judged based off of things that she's done on the show, but that's what we have to go by, and from what we were able to see, she is very messy, and so I don't understand why she was so upset about that. I feel like Karlie likes to have attention on her, and when the attention's not on her, she's going to do something really messy or stir up some type of drama in order to get the attention back on her. I do feel like Mariah can be messy as well though, but I don't think that the drama between Karlie and Mariah is going to end there. Now, there was also more drama that happened in the previous episode because Tiara Marie ended up getting into it with Alexis Sky to where the two of them almost fought because Tiara was still upset about the fact that somebody had asked Alexis if she knew Tiara, and she said who. And so that's the reason why Tiara was so upset with Alexis that she wanted to fight her in the previous episode. And I honestly think that that was extremely petty. I think that both Karlie and Tiara was doing too much in the previous episode. And so Tiara decides to call up Zell, who's extremely messy. So I don't understand why she would ever call him to calm her down. But she called him up to calm her down about the situation. And basically Zell is friends with both Tiara and Alexis. And so he definitely did try to calm the situation down. He did tell Tiara that she needs to let the situation go and just have a good time at the event. I do feel like, you know, Tiara, when she drinks, she turns into a different person. And so I feel like if she knows that she can't handle herself when she drinks, she probably shouldn't do it. I understand that if you're somebody with a drinking problem, but you're surrounded by people drinking, it's going to be harder for you not to do it. But I honestly feel like if she knows she can't handle herself while she drinks, I don't feel like she should drink at all. Fresher and Jen kind of got into a little bit of a heated debate in this episode because in the previous episode, the ladies kind of jumped down his throat for saying that men uplift women more than women uplift men, and none of the women agreed with that, and so they kind of came at him, and Jen didn't defend him, and he felt like she should have defended him. He felt like she has less problems than the other ladies do because they're single and she's not, and they're dealing with a lot of issues that she doesn't have to deal with, and he felt like they should have been telling her that the grass wasn't greener on the other side. And I don't like that he said that, and it put a sour taste in my mouth when he did say that, because what do you mean that because they're single they have more issues than Jen does? Jen has just as much issues as they do, if not more, because she's dealing with a man who cheats on her all the time. Just because she's been in this relationship for a long time doesn't mean that she has less issues than them. It's like that saying where having a little piece of man is better than having a man at all. It's like, no, if he's treating you like shit, if he's constantly cheating on you and putting you through the ringer, you should not be with him, and the grass would be greener on the other side, not being with somebody who puts you through all that emotional distress. And so I really don't like the two of them together. I just don't. I know that they've been together for a really long time and the two of them are engaged and they have children, but I just feel like it's not a good match. And from what we were able to see, because we don't know what goes on outside of them being on the show, but from what we were able to see, their relationship seems to be really toxic. I just feel like Scrap is going to get himself into a lot of trouble during this trip because not only has he flirted with Karlie, but he's also flirted with Alexis Sky. And he flirted with Alexis Sky in front of Karlie, and Alexis seems to like the attention that she's getting from Scrap. And although Karlie does not have a right to be upset because Scrap is not her man, I do feel like there's going to be some drama when it comes to that situation because Karlie seems to have an issue with the fact that he's been flirting with Alexis a lot on this trip. Now, Gunplay had a lot of drama, and there's only been one episode because Trick is the one who ended up inviting him on this vacation, and he thought that Trick had issues with him because he had stayed in Trick Daddy's Airbnb and he destroyed it, and so the two of them had words with each other, and so he thought that the two of them were no longer cool. But I did think it was big of him to pull Trick to the side and apologize to him, although Trick told him that he did not need to apologize to him and that he knows who he is as a person, and so he just wants them to squash everything and move forward. And I think that that was important for people to see, especially when it comes to men, because a lot of times things with men can turn violent, and I think that it was good that the two of them were able to talk about it and just shake the shit off and just decide to squash the beef. I think that some of the ladies on this trip need to do the same thing because a lot of the beef that they have is really petty. Gunplay also decided to pull Mariah Lynn to the side and apologize to her as well for instigating a fight between her and Karlie in the previous episode. I thought that that was really messy of him because I just feel like he's a man and he shouldn't be in women's business. And if he is going to be in women's business, it should be to break up the fight, not to encourage the ladies to fight. I don't know if he did that because he was drunk, but I do think that it was important for him to apologize for that situation because that did not make him look good at all. And Mariah Lynn accepted his apology. I feel like the whole situation was just messy. Karlie seems to have beef with damn near everybody at this vacation because she sees Tokyo Vanity and she gives her all types of dirty looks, like there's tension between the two of them. And then she goes up to Tokyo and tells her that they need to talk, but that she didn't want to talk at the moment. And Tokyo seemed to be really annoyed by that because she felt like if Karlie had an issue, she should just address it right away instead of letting things linger until later on. Because if you tell somebody that you have to talk to them because there's obviously some type of issue between the two of you, it's going to make more tension when you make the conversation wait until later on. And so I just feel like Karlie always has an issue with somebody. And so I was definitely interested to see what happened because Tokyo Vanity really doesn't bite her tongue. And so I was definitely interested to see what was going to happen when the two of them did finally decide to have the conversation. To make things even worse, Shay ends up showing up with her brother MJ to the carnival event. And at the time that they arrived, Amara was on stage. She was singing her song. And then she saw the two of them walk in and things became immediately awkward because obviously she used to date MJ and things got messy between the two of them. And so obviously Shay is going to, be on her brother's side. And so things are really, really awkward. And the issue is that Spice is the host of this reunion, and so is Amara, and neither one of them invited Shay or MJ to the event. Apparently, Mariah Lynn is the one who invited Shay. Now, Mariah did say when Amara pulled her aside in this episode that she did not invite MJ. She doesn't even know him. She said that she only invited Shay, and that she didn't know about the drama between Shay, MJ, and Amara. Now, I just feel like Mariah probably did know that there was some type of issue between all of them because how could she not? But I don't think that it's her responsibility to care if they have drama. I honestly feel like if they have drama, they could just avoid each other or have the conversation and drop it. But it was awkward when they walked in, but it's definitely going to make for more of an interesting show, knowing that a lot of people who have issues with each other are all going to be in the same place at the same time. Now, Amara seems to be trying to avoid the issues that she has with MJ and Shay, but MJ and Shay have absolutely no issues talking about it. Shay stated that, MJ and Amara dated, and while they were dating, MJ introduced her to his friend, and then now Amara has children with his friend. So I don't know if she was dealing with him while they were together still, or if it was after the two of them broke up that she started dealing with his friend. Either way, it's a messy situation. I don't know if any of it is true, but it's really, really messy. And I know that at some point that situation is going to be addressed on this reunion because there's no way that it couldn't be. Nikki ended up doing this cute little lingerie fashion show and everybody seemed to be getting along, but for some reason after the fashion show was over, Jen just got up and started confronting everybody, saying that everybody was clicked up and everybody's been fighting and nobody's having a good time, and she felt like Spice and Amara set this up so everybody could have fun and there's just this tension there. And I just feel like I didn't understand what she was talking about because there's some people that have issues with each other, but to me it didn't seem like anybody was clicked up and it didn't seem like there was any any arguments going on at the time that she stated this. And so Tokyo Vanity started checking Jen immediately, and I think that everything that Tokyo Vanity said was correct, because if Jen felt like she was so bored and she felt like everybody wasn't turned up, she has a husband she can go turn up with, or she could do something to get everybody up and having a good time instead of complaining that everybody's just sitting around not enjoying themselves. And so I felt like Jen did that to be really messy, and so she definitely deserved to get checked by Tokyo Vanity. But once that situation happened between Tokyo and Jen, then things got even more messy, because that's when Tokyo and Karlie ended up getting into it, because Tokyo ended up going up to Spice and Karlie and asking Karlie what the hell her problem was. And apparently Karlie's issue with Tokyo Vanity is that she stated before that she felt like the vets that were on Love and Hip Hop shouldn't be on the show anymore. And to me, I thought that that was still very petty, to be that mad at her to the point where you don't want to talk to her no more because of her opinion of saying that she felt like the vets should no longer be on the show. Because how does that affect you when Tokyo Vanity doesn't have any control over who's casted for the show? And she also is still on the show. So I just don't understand why she took that so personally. To me, that was really stupid. And so I don't know. I feel like Karlie just gets into it with people just for the sake of getting into it with people, because I really didn't feel like it was that big of a deal. Then Spice starts getting pissed off because she feels like there's a lot of tension at the reunion because there's too many uninvited guests. And then she starts yelling at Shay, asking her who the hell invited her there. And Shay lets her know that Mariah Lynn is the one who invited her. And so Spice starts going in on Mariah Lynn because she feels like Mariah invited her to be messy, knowing that Shay and Amara have issues with each other. And now MJ's there, so it makes it even more awkward. And Mariah was trying to convince everybody that she didn't know about the issues that they had and that she did not invite them to be messy. And so things got so bad to the point where there was fists that started to fly. Now, I don't know who ended up fighting who, because we won't know that until the next episode, but it looked like people were starting to fist fight at the very end of this episode. So those are my thoughts on Family Reunion Love and Hip Hop Edition Season 3 Episode 2. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos and hit the notification bell to let you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all. And until next time, I will talk to you guys in my next video.